Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing and hit the alert for all future videos. Today what I'm going to be doing is a week 1 check-in of October, see how we did on the budget for the week, and cash stuffing for October of week 2. So to start, I'm going to start with this sheet, which is usually how I build my budget. The 2 bills that I had that were not finalized. So my electric bill, I had estimated $500. It came in at $327, so an upside for $173. For the gas bill, I had estimated $30. It came in at $22, so an upside of $8. So a total of $181 will go back into my budget. Not sure where that's going to go yet. It might go either into gifting to make up for last month where I didn't get to put anything into the sinking fund, or I may put it into house reno because you're going to see in a little bit that I'm almost done with that for the month. It's been a very expensive week. So anyways, so let's get started. I just want to put this to the side. And this is my tabs from my wallet. Very empty. Transactions. My cash envelopes. Cash is inside right now. And then the book. So let's start with putting the transactions in to the book and into my weekly check-in. So I went ahead and wrote them out so you guys wouldn't have to see me struggle with that this time. So for no spend days, I've actually had 3 in this week. 10-3, 10-7, and 10-8. So this month I set it up on the front, on the calendar view. So I'm going to write those in. 10-3, 10-7, and 10-8. Now the reason 10-7 and 10-8 were no spends is because I have $5 left of my money for last week. It literally was a very expensive week last week, but I wanted to get this done because I really do need to go to the grocery store and things like that. So 10-7, 10-8, and 10-3. Okay, and then in my transactions for groceries, I had 2. So I started the week with $100 in my tab. I had 2 different transactions, one for $72 and one for $28. So one of my goals this month was really to not eat fast food and to eat at home. So my husband is traveling. I knew I didn't really want to cook. So what I did was I went to the grocery store. I got some different like salad things, some chicken, stuff to make like taco salad. So that's really what I've been eating off kind of morning, noon, and night. And so I'm really ready to have a variety for this next week. Pretty much done with eating that. So on the 4th was Safeway. The 4th was a very expensive day, as you'll see as I get into my transactions. And then the next day I went to Walmart. And then for eating out, I had 1 transaction, which was Top Shelf. So the 6th was my daughter's birthday, and I originally intended to take the money for her dinner. I took my son-in-law and my other daughter out for dinner, and I was going to take that out of gifting, but I went ahead and took it out of eating out so that I wouldn't eat out for the rest of the week because it was actually more than the $50. You're going to see the balance of that came out of my allowance. And then for my allowance, I had 3 transactions. And I put these as unbudgeted because I don't have a shade for allowance since I just started tracking transactions. So On the 3rd, my sisters and I went out kind of thrifting into a flea market. I spent a whole $3 for water bottles. I didn't find anything that I wanted. On the 4th, I went to Dollar Tree and I spent $28. And on the 6th, I spent $19 of my allowance to finish paying for dinner. And then for giving on the 4th, I went to church. And then household, I didn't spend anything. Personal care, entertainment, craft supplies. I had one transaction, a pre-sale for a calendar from the Coffee Monster Co. It was $26. And then I had 4 fixed expenses that have come through. So my mortgage and AT&T and my HOA all came out on the 1st. Now I did up my mortgage because I did a calculation. I wanted to make sure I was making 2 extra payments a year. So I did increase it by $100. So it was $3,300 and now it's $3,400. And then Netflix came out on the 7th. So my budgeting, my sinking fund for household reno, my budget for this month was $612. I went to Target on the 1st for $147. I took out $100 in cash, and that was what I was going to use for thrifting and flea market. I did a return for Target for $40, a return at World Market for $22. I took the cash and went to TJ Maxx. I spent $95. I went to Target again on the 4th for $153, and then I bought 2 things from Amazon on the 2nd for $17 and $27. So my balance is, I think it's 3 something. So I started with $612. I spent $147. I took $100 of cash out. I did a $40 return plus a $22 return. I'm not counting the TJ Maxx because that's where I use this cash. I spent $153 at Target, $17 and $27 at Amazon. So I have a total of $230 left in that sinking fund. Now I really honestly think we're good because I don't need anything else. I think I've bought everything I need. I have more containers and cleaning supplies and things that I can use. So now it's just a matter, I'm still cleaning out cupboards and things like that. So I think I'm in a really good spot, but you never know. I just gotta stay out of Target. For my gift sinking fund, I started with $1,000. For my daughter's birthday, it was minus $185, minus $100, minus $30, minus $25, and minus $15. So I have $645 left. And that is all of our birthdays for this month. So I should be able to transfer this at the end of the month into my sinking fund. Okay, so those are all the transactions. And so let's dive into the weekly check-in. So for groceries, my budget for the month is $400. I spent $100. I'll pull this back out. I spent $72 and $28, and when you look at my tab, the only tab that has any money is I have $5 left in my household, and everything else is empty. So my remaining is $300. I'm gonna bring the $300 down to week 2. For eating out, I had one transaction. I started the month with $200. I had $50 in for the week. I spent $50, so I have $150 left. Bring that down here. For my allowance, my budget's $200. I started with $50. I spent $50. I have $150 left. And then giving, I started with $400. I spent $100. I have $300 left. Bring that down here. For household, and this is household, not home reno. I have not spent anything, so I started with $300. I didn't spend anything, so I'm gonna bring $300 down. Personal care, I started with $100. I haven't spent anything. I am gonna spend money out of this on Sunday. I'm gonna have a massage. So I'll start the week with $100. Unbudgeted, I didn't have any unbudgeted. Random act of kindness, I didn't spend anything, so I still have $20. And then so under craft supplies, I did spend $26 of my $100 budget. Entertainment, I started with $100. I didn't spend anything. Medical copay, I have one bill I need to pay for $20. And then clothing, I have not spent anything. So most of the money that I spent last week, first of all, I spent it at the beginning of the week. I felt like it was gone, like groceries was gone right away. My allowance seemed to be gone right away. Eating out, I kind of had that thought to go ahead and use that money for eating out instead of out of gifting, but it could have gone either way. So I have not spent any money the last 2 days because I had $5. That was it. And then, so giving, church is done, and all of these are done. Okay, so let's go ahead and, now my stuffing envelopes for this time, last time I put into my envelopes the money for this week, and I'm gonna take it out of the envelope and put it into the tab. So for groceries, I should have $100. Let's see if that's true. 50, 70, 90, 100. I'll put that here. And now my grocery is empty. Now I do have all of my receipts over here, and I'll put these into the envelopes as soon as I'm done filming. For eating out, I hopefully have 50. It was a little confusing when I did my cash stuffing because I was $20 off. I have yet to find it, so I think I either didn't take that money out of the account or I spent it and didn't track it. I'm not really sure. So $50 for eating out. I'm going to try to save as much as my eating out and my entertainment money for next week because my sister's coming into town and I want to be able to go do things with her. For giving, I have $100 for this week. Put my tab. I'm still kind of going back and forth if I want to tithe online or tithe. I like doing cash and just kind of getting it done and making sure that I stay on track, but I don't know what's going to happen there. So for personal care, I have $100 in this envelope, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 5, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. So that's still right. I'm actually going to put that in a tab and put that in my wallet because I do need to pay for the tip on my massage. Put that over there. And then household. I am having the house clean this weekend, so I'll need 120, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my wallet for her. And then I do have the $5 left from before, even though it's technically house reno. And then for my allowance, I should have 50, 20, 40, 50. Okay, so these are ready. I think on personal care, I am not going to take all of this. I'm not going to tempt myself. So I will need 25 for my tip. So I'm going to take the balance out. I'm going to put that back because if not, I'll spend it on something else and then I won't have it if I decide to go do something like a pedicure or something like that. So I'm going to put that back in here. I do have this from my birthday. So I'm going to put this under personal care. It's like an upgrade for my massage. I cannot wait. So I'll put that in with my tip money. Okay. So this is where I'm starting for week 2, 300 for groceries, 150 for eating out, 300 for giving, 150 for allowance, 300 for household, 100 for personal care, and random act of kindness 20. So I do want to make a note on my sinking funds because I find at the end of the month that this is really what will tend to confuse me. So I've already moved the money over for emergency fund. Christmas and gifting, I have spent $255. For fitness, that money's still in the account. Medical, I haven't spent anything, but I am going to send a check today for 20. Actually, it doesn't go there. 20 will go right here. And then vacation, I haven't got my expense check yet, but it's on its way. For house reno, I only have, what did I say, left? 230, and I had 612. So 612 minus 230, I spent 382. And then for technology, I have moved that money over, but it's I haven't spent anything there. So that's where my sinking funds are for right now. All of my income has come in except for my expense check. So on my goals for this month, I haven't done anything with Mercari, so I don't have any variable income this week. I have 2 sales that I'm kind of going back and forth with, so hopefully those will come through this week. And then my goal for this month was 15 no spend days, so I've got 3 in so far. So I'm gonna have to step that up a little bit to get back on track for that. So that is everything for this cash stuffing envelope and weekly check-in. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section down below. I'm trying really hard to make sure I check that daily, if not every other day. I do appreciate all the kind words and you guys coming along on this journey with me. It does help hold me accountable. And I know I love watching cash stuffing envelopes and budgeting envelopes because I get tips and techniques every time I do. So I hope you do from my channel as well. Have a good week. Thank you so much.